Okay, so this is where our assembly is located. It's all the way down in the back right over here. It looks like it's in a tight spot, but really it's not that difficult to do. This is the assembly right down inside here. You see where this white wire is connecting onto? That's where the assembly is. All right, I did forget to tell you, you're going to need some light so you can see what you're doing. Even if you're doing it outside in the daylight, you're probably going to need the light to see what's going on down there. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in underneath here. Okay, and down here is where you'll find your assembly, right down underneath here. We're going to be replacing the entire assembly. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come down over to where these wires connect on right here, and we're just going to press that little tab in right there, push it in, and pull the wire up and out. We're going to do the exact same thing on this one right here. There's a little tab in there. You just push that tab in, push it in, and then you just pull this off just like that. And that is what the other tab looks like. All right, then we'll just put this off to the side just like this for now. And we're going to go down right inside here with a pair of needle nose pliers, just like this, so that we can take that piece that's holding the wires on there. We're just going to squeeze the plastic together, and we're going to push it out at the same time. And we're going to push this out just like that. Now, I know it looks easy, but that's where you just need to push that little clip together right there so you can pop this wire loom off just like that. We're going to pull this to the side, and then you're going to see 3 10mm bolts down inside here. 1, 2, and 3. I know it's not easy to see. Let me get you down there so maybe you can see it. All right, you see those 3 right there? And 1 more right there. We're going to take those 3 screws out, and then we're going to remove that entire valve assembly. Now, it's going to be tough for me to do with you down there watching, so we're going to bring the camera up, and we'll continue then. Okay, so now we're going to come in here with our 10mm ratchet, and we're going to break each one of those 3 bolts loose. They're usually very easy to come out. We're just going to crack 3 of them loose, and then we'll take them out by hand. Like I said, you want to have something below so you don't have a little bit of oil leaking. Okay, and now that they're all loose, we're going to take these bolts out by hand. I will tell you this, they're all 3 the same length, so you don't have to worry about possibly mixing up which one goes where. That's 1. And now you can see that the valve itself, the whole assembly is loose. Trying to show you so I don't block your view. Okay, that's number 2. And now the last one, we're going to go down there and we're going to hold it with our hand so we don't lose it. I'm going to hold it with this just so you can see what I'm doing. Usually I just reach down with my hand. Okay, take that 3rd screw out. We're going to grab the valve itself with our hand. We're going to take that 3rd screw away out of the picture. and then we'll just lift the valve out. This is the valve assembly here. And this one has been changed. It looks like it's probably an aftermarket. I don't think it's the OEM valve on here, but we're going to take this out. Let's grab our new valve and we'll put it back in. Be careful because it may leak a little bit of oil. Now before you put it back in, take a rag and wipe down here to make sure that the surface is nice and clean. Okay, now that we cleaned everything up down there, I will tell you a mirror does come in very handy to see what you're doing down there because you can't see in the back what's going on. But we just put our mirror down there and we can see that the surface now is nice and clean. All right, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to take our valve assembly and we're going to install it back inside the car itself. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to catch one bolt for now, and then once we catch the one bolt in there by a couple of threads, we're going to come back up and we'll grab the other ones and put those in. All right, so let me just catch this in there. I know it looked fairly easy. It's a little bit tight to get in there, so just have patience and you should be okay. Now we're going to catch our next bolt in there as well. And again, we didn't tighten them up, we're just catching them loosely first. Okay, now we have two of them that are caught. We're going to get our third one in as well. A lot of times you got to go by feel because you can't really see what you're doing down there. So we're going to screw everything in now by hand as far as you can. Now you can screw them all three so that they're tight. I hope you can see that. Okay, now once you have all three of them screwed in by hand, now you can take your 1/4-inch ratchet and you can come in and you can tighten them up with your 1/4-inch ratchet. Do not over tighten it, you don't want to break them, so that's why I recommend using a 1/4-inch ratchet. Just snug it in there, and then we'll move down to the next one. We'll snug that one in as well. Okay. Okay, nice and tight. And we're just going to check them one more time. Okay, now that they're nice and tight, let's plug it all back together. Okay, now once we have the valve tightened up, we're going to take our connectors. We're going to push that piece back in here so that's in where it belongs. We're going to put this on here and listen for it to snap. We're going to put this one back on there as well and listen for it to snap in. All right, then we're just going to take a rag and we're going to wipe away any oil down here that may have leaked out. And then that's it. This job is done. We're going to start it up. We're going to check for leaks and then we'll make sure it's okay. So, all right, let's start it up.